Well, it's being called the largest fraud investigation in California history.
That's right. Tens of thousands of inmates have received state unemployment benefits totaling in the millions. KCAL 9's Jasmine Viel is live in our newsroom with more. Jasmine.
Yeah, Susie, 9 district attorneys across California just formed a task force, and what they uncovered is shocking and staggering, to say the least. And tonight they are calling on Governor Newsom to take action immediately.
Asaro Aguirre is awaiting execution in San Quentin State Prison for the murder of 8-year-old Palmdale boy Gabriel Fernandez, who was abused, tortured, and beaten to death in 2013. According to an investigation by a group of state and federal prosecutors, Aguirre is among dozens of death row inmates who received California unemployment benefits in recent months.
The total amount through August that we know of is $420,000 in the name of death row inmates. Who's on that list? A lot of notorious people of names, claims filed in their names.
Today, Sacramento County District Attorney Anne Marie Schubert revealed widespread fraud she says is happening in our prisons and jails through the state's Employment Development Department.
Tens of thousands of inmates, local, state, and federal.
She says last month prosecutors became aware of the massive problem and formed a task force to tackle it.
The highest single claim paid is close to $20,000.
In a letter to the governor this week, the California District Attorney's statewide EDD Fraud Task Force detailed the staggering numbers. They found there were more than 35,000 claims filed between March and August in the names of inmates, and 20,000 of those claims have been paid out, totaling more than $140 million.
I saw people on the list that I personally prosecuted, and I'm like, oh my God, they're like people doing murders and rapes, and they're in there forever.
You know, 2020, the unbelievable. EDD.
She says rap videos like this one on YouTube have people showing off how they were able to dupe the system.
I mean, and quite frankly, they're mocking us, they're flouting it, they're laughing at us because it's so rampant.
She did say some inmates could have had their identity stolen. These are just the latest allegations that highlight the ongoing problems the EDD has had dealing with the massive number of claims during this pandemic.
The reality is there's no system in place in California to cross-check the prison data. It's just like wildfire.
So Governor Newsom responded saying he has already taken action, saying in part that based on that direction, EDD and CDCR in partnership with the USDOL, Department of Labor, work to match the social security numbers of those in state custody to identify the scope of the problem and to hold people accountable. What about the EDD? Well, it says it has been working to identify suspect claims, and it has enhanced prevention efforts like working with cybersecurity experts during this unprecedented time. But wow, Juan, Susie, I'll send it back to you. The numbers speak for themselves. Pretty shocking.
Sure do.